This is the most insane dividend distribution scene in the entire merchant world. Apprentices carry out a massive abacus, over 100 meters long, placing it right in the center of the courtyard. Then, 16 accountants step forward, calculating at the same time. The sound of the abacus overlaps into a storm of numbers. 39 managers stand nearby, doing mental calculations with their fingers, afraid that even a single digit might be wrong. And when the results are finally revealed, everyone is stunned. In just 1 year, the Kang family handled 27 million taels of silver. That's nearly 1/10 of the entire Qing dynasty's annual revenue. And the profits? Even more terrifying. A single manager with just a tiny share walks away with 19,000 taels in cash. This is a business empire so powerful, it rivals a nation. And at the top of it all stands the leader of the most powerful banking house among the 12 great Shanxi merchant banks, Kang family, Tianchen Yuan Bank. This wealth, he is deeply troubled, because no matter how rich he is, he cannot find a suitable heir. Old Kang once had 4 sons, but fate had other plans. The eldest was born deaf and mute. He abandoned worldly life and turned to religion. The second son, well past his prime, solves everything with brute force, a reckless man. The third son is completely lost in pleasure, women, entertainment, endless distractions. And the fourth son was the perfect heir, smart, capable, promising. But then, everything changed.
While the fourth son was in Tianjin, enjoying his life, his wife was suddenly kidnapped in broad daylight. The news reaches the Kang family, but to protect their reputation, old Kang keeps everything secret. He sends people quietly to search for her, but the second son cannot accept this. He's furious that his father cares more about reputation than his own daughter-in-law. So he takes matters into his own hands and goes to rescue her himself. But things go horribly wrong. He falls from his horse and becomes permanently crippled. Meanwhile, the truth is uncovered in Tianjin. The mastermind behind the kidnapping is someone from inside, a woman named Xiaohang, the mistress of the Tianjin branch manager. When she learns that the manager received 20,000 taels of silver and plans to abandon her, she is consumed by hatred. So she hires kidnappers to abduct the fourth son's wife. But things spiral out of control. The kidnappers become attracted to the woman, and when the Kang family's guards finally arrive, it's already too late. She has jumped into the river and taken her own life. The fourth son cannot handle the shock. He loses his sanity, slowly descending into madness. Just like that, old Kang loses 2 sons at once. The branch manager, knowing the disaster he caused, kills Xiaohang in rage and then takes his own life.
There are rules, strict rules, in the Shanxi merchant world. No manager is allowed to bring family, no concubines, no indulgence, absolute discipline. But now, everything has fallen apart. The damage has reached the very core of the Kang family, and old Kang knows it. His foundation is starting to shake. Soon, rumors begin to spread. People in Tianjin hear about the manager's suicide, and they start to panic. The Kang bank is unstable. It's going to collapse. Within days, crowds gather outside the bank, demanding one thing: silver, real silver. Not promises, not paper, cash, immediately. The situation spirals out of control. Fortunately, the Kang family manages to bring in silver, barely calming the chaos, but the damage is already done. Their bloodline is weakening, their future uncertain. So old Kang makes a decision. He will have another son, no matter what it takes. That very night, he storms into his new wife's room, determined to produce an heir. But she refuses completely. She won't even let him touch her. Furious, she wraps herself tightly in cloth, like a mummy, making it impossible for him to get close. Old Kang snaps. He grabs a pair of scissors and starts cutting the cloth off her body. You can refuse me, but you cannot refuse the Kang bloodline.
But what old Kang doesn't understand is the truth behind her resistance. She's in love with someone else, his third son. 7 years earlier, she was invited into the Kang household as an English teacher. That's when it happened. She and the third son fell in love at first sight. Their relationship grows in secret until they promise themselves to each other forever. But fate has other plans again. When they meet next, she is no longer his lover. She is his father's wife, his stepmother. The third son is forced to follow tradition. He greets her respectfully. "Mother, are you well?" But behind that respect is buried love, pain, and silence. Even after marriage, she still loves him. That's why she refuses old Kang. At first, old Kang didn't care. He already had 4 sons, an heir was guaranteed. She could remain nothing more than a decorated wife. But now, everything has changed. 2 sons are gone. His legacy is at risk. So he forces the issue. He demands a child, no matter what. But she refuses again, not just to resist him, but to protect the man she loves, the third son.
She secretly finds a foreign doctor and undergoes sterilization, ending Old Kang's dream forever. With no other choice, Old Kang considers taking a concubine, but the Kang family rules are strict. If the official wife has no child, he cannot remarry. So she makes her move. She fakes her own death, pretending to drown. When Old Kang hears the news, he's overjoyed, but he hides it. Publicly, he announces that she died of illness. Privately, he sends her away, overseas. After the woman is gone, something unexpected happens. The relationship between Old Kang and his third son begins to heal. Slowly, they grow closer again. One day, Old Kang takes his son to the countryside to meet a former manager, Master Q, a man once demoted but still incredibly capable. This is a lesson about power, about controlling people. Old Kang explains, there are 3 ways to control a man: power, status, and authority. You can reward him with power, you can honor him with status, but authority, that comes from within, and that is the hardest to master. He believes he understands people better than anyone, but he's wrong, because the very system he trusts will destroy him. Soon after, instability rises in the capital. War is coming. Sensing danger, Old Kang decides to move the bank south, but his acting manager suggests something else. Deposit the silver into the Ministry of Revenue. That way, we avoid the chaos and save costs. It sounds perfect, so Old Kang agrees, but this decision changes everything. Because this is part of a massive scheme, one led by Empress Dowager Cixi. A simple piece of paper now represents silver. People begin exchanging real silver for paper currency. Even the merchant banks have no choice but to follow. Paper flows in, silver flows out. Then, disaster strikes. Foreign armies invade China. Cixi flees the capital. Chaos spreads everywhere. Realizing the danger, Old Kang calls his son. He orders him to take the family and escape to Shanghai, away from the coming storm. Before he leaves, Old Kang hands him something, a document. Inside is the location of 3 million taels of silver, the family's ultimate reserve, built over generations, his final safeguard. He gives one last instruction. Make Q the chief manager. Do not trust Dai too much. The third son listens, but deep down he knows the truth. Q cannot be trusted. So when he returns, he makes his own decision. He appoints Dai as the new chief manager. The moment Q realizes this, everything changes. He understands he has been cast aside, replaced, forgotten. And just like that, loyalty turns into hatred. He begins plotting, planning to steal 300,000 taels of silver.
Then comes the final blow. The Qing dynasty collapses. The paper money becomes worthless, and the millions of silver deposited in the government vanish, gone forever. People rush to the banks, holding useless paper, demanding real silver. Chaos returns. Qiu is sent to deliver 300,000 taels to the capital, but he never arrives because he planned it all along. He colludes with bandits, fakes the robbery, and steals everything. When Old Kang learns the truth, it's already too late. The Kang Bank has no silver left. The crowd surrounds the bank, demanding their money, refusing to leave, even threatening death. The third son cannot ignore them. He kneels before the ancestral shrine, begging his father to release the hidden silver, 3 million taels, to save the people. Old Kang is furious. To him, giving away money is worse than losing everything. But he is old now, weak, and powerless. He has no choice. He agrees. As the silver is unearthed, the son opens the ancestral message and sees 2 words: honor, righteousness. He kneels and says, "We did not betray our ancestors." Unable to bear it, Old Kang walks away, choosing not to watch as his life's fortune is given away. In the end, the once mighty Kang Empire fades into history, reduced to nothing by greed, fate, and one wrong decision.